Hello, everybody. This is Talking with Burritos.
Burritos. Burritos.
We're talking with burritos.
Burritos.
We're talking with burritos.
Burritos.
I am Jerry JJ Graham, and joining me to my left is Adam.
Hi, everybody.
And then over there with a little weird smirk on his face is Chris.
Doc, we gotta get back to the future.
Basically, where you want to start off with this? I know you wanted to talk about Tech Part 2. That's good. But yeah, we just watched the entire damn thing. So we got the trilogy, all three. So you want to go by ranks. Let's go with number one.
All right.
Let's go Back to the Future. Tell me how great that was, Chris.
Back to the Future number 1, fucking fantastic. Sets a mood for the whole series with this happy-go-lucky guy, Marty McFly, going on amazing adventures with Doc Brown.
That's what I would see. With me, when I was watching this, I was just thinking, like, you know what? What if you had that cool Doc Brown character in your life?
You had this
like
older
such
man.
a young adolescent kid, but yet you have this guy who's just very innovative, but he's very like kind of down to earth. He's not like telling you, oh, you should do this, you should do this, or trying to teach you more so. Well, he teaches you life lessons, but yet not like hit you over the head type life lessons. He's basically, Marty McFly was basically Marty McFly, you know. What intrigued me more so upon watching this, you know, with adult eyes, I guess, is just the relationship between them two. And I like how it was established initially that they've already had this relationship. They've been cool for a long time. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, then you just see how important they are to one another. That's what I really enjoyed by just watching this film, because then over the course of the series, you can see how that bond was, how strong the bond was or is, you know, in my opinion. I thought that was pretty neat.
That is pretty good. Honestly, I love those two characters. They are they should go down in history as one of the best partnerships right there. Yeah. It's Doc Brown and Marty McFly, you know.
Cagney and Lacey.
Yep, Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
Tango and Cash.
So yeah, what else about you got about the first one?
I love the music. Well, that just comes from all of them. But, I think one thing I really like is... What is the song?
Johnny Be Good.
Well, besides Johnny Be Good. No, the song made for the movie.
Back in Time.
Back in Time.
What? Huey Lewis?
I thought it was The Power of Love. Power of Love.
Is that what it?
Yeah.
Back in time. Is that?
Well, no. I guess he had two songs.
Back
but no,
in time. They played that during
the first song, though, is...
Power of Love.
That's the power of love.
What about the Back in Time song? Gonna go on that back.
I don't remember that one as good as Power of Love.
Really?
Honestly, I remember Power of Love way more.
Really?
Maybe it's because I played that one more on the radio.
Yeah, I think so. But
yeah,
because this goes in the Back in Time song goes into your movie theme song.
Yeah.
You know. Whereas, because they made it specifically for the movie. That's the one that played during the credits and stuff. Because basically it referred to where you're going back in time. That's what they were doing. And that song was actually made for that. Did he actually make that song, The Power of Love, for this movie?
Yeah, he did. The music video had the Back to the Future clips in it and stuff.
Interesting. I like that. Okay, we're going to go back to that.
I think that was the one that was made for the movie more than Back in Time.
Really?
Because that one, I mean...
The motherfucker, it says back in time, dude. Back to the Future.
On my DVD set, it says right there on the front, it's like Back to the Future music videos, Power of Love, and Double Back ZZ Top for Back to the Future 3.
So they just didn't make a video for it, so I guess they could have just... But how far... So that goes... That's weird.
Yeah. You think the one that says Back in Time would be
but then how does that correlate to the storyline?
Nothing. It's just the power of love, man.
But see, it does in a way, but yet
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah,
later on.
It does. We're talking about
But not really.
into the relationship.
But not in this one.
Well, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
How?
Because his love for Doc Brown.
You sound funny.
You
I
do
know.
sound funny.
I sound like a robot.
No, you sound funny.
Yeah, you do sound funny.
Hello.
You bastard. You said that was that way. Yeah.
Okay. The butt
Nice.
is the one you're supposed to talk into.
I told you the heart is what I'm supposed to talk into.
You're supposed to talk into the butt.
Did I?
Yes.
Which one are you talking to now?
Now I'm talking to the heart.
Good job, Jerry.
Well, I didn't do it. He said...
No, you're the one who did do
But I
it.
told you, and you did it all.
Oops. My bad.
Whoopsie doodles.
Okay, well,
Remember, the power of love is what got him back to the future.
that's true. Oh my goodness, we are totally about to go deep. All right, because okay, then if you do think about that, then the power of love, yes, but yet no, he got there by accident though, because he was just trying to escape
No, that got him back.
the
to
Iranian.
past.
No, that's what got him
Mob.
back.
That got him back to the past.
But what got him back to the future was Doc Brown. His love for Doc Brown.
And getting his parents to hook up so he wouldn't die in the past.
No, how did that get him back to the future though? It didn't, because he didn't even know when he was going to arrive. He just knew that he was going back to his time.
Which is back to the future.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, now I'm confused. But what does love have to do for Doc Brown? He was just going back.
Because he wrote him that note, like, hey.
Yeah, he wrote the note to keep him alive.
That heartfelt note, you know.
I guess. Okay.
Even though he
And
ripped
then-
it and then taped it all back
But I
together.
just thought it was like
And-
just all circumstantial.
And Doc Brown loves him just as much because, you know, he taped up the note. And even though he told him not to tell him,
Yeah.
he was willing to.
He wanted to know. He needed to know.
Yeah.
Because maybe he just wanted to change it a little bit. He wanted to.
No, he said he really didn't want change in the future.
Yeah, he didn't, but he did
know.
anyway.
Yep, but he didn't. But he didn't break that rule for part 2 because that whole thing of part 2 is not changing everything with the almanac, the sports almanac.
Yes.
So
So I want to go back to the first one. I don't think it's about that. I don't think that one with the power of love isn't about that. So I don't know how that song correlates.
I don't know. That's the one that they put on the Wikipedia.
It's a good
page,
song.
too.
I love it, but
That's the one they put on the Wikipedia page,
interesting.
and it's the first song in the movie.
I don't know back in time.
Yeah, it's the first song in the movie.
Yeah, okay. I got
Him
that.
skateboarding to school.
Was McFly a little punk, or was he actually just a good kid who was just bored at school?
You
Probably
know,
smarter than he was supposed to be.
I think
Than he put on.
He may have been smarter than he.
You know what? I noticed he was tougher than he put on.
Yeah.
You know, because he was like hitting fools like left and right, especially when he went back in time. You picked on his mom or you picked on his dad.
Yep.
He was like standing up to Biff, and he was like much smaller than Biff.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, he never did a step down, being such a person of small stature.
That's yet again is another plot. That's another story part of part 2 of being called a chicken.
Okay, then let's go ahead back to part 2 then.
No,
No?
no, not yet.
Are you going to finish up with one?
I think
Then
it
say
comes
something
from
about
like
one.
having to watch his dad get picked on all the time. So he didn't want to be picked on. So
Yeah, that's
'Cause
true
he
too.
watched-
Because
he watched Biff pick on his dad
all
his
the
entire
time, yeah,
life.
his entire life. And so
he was like, I don't want that.
I'm stronger than that. So I would stand up to him, especially when he had a chance to stand up to him. He could, but out of respect for your father, he probably just doesn't do it in the future.
In the past.
Wait, the present?
You mean
The
past?
present.
The present.
Okay.
The present, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know. But I don't know. So yeah. I don't know about it. It's good. It's
great.
It's just a great film.
It really is.
I know that, but yet I don't want to sit here and like all these these pauses, meaning that you don't know what the fuck to say, but yeah, you told me not to move over to number 2.
Yeah, I know.
It's like number 1 was great,
Number 1 is great.
but yet to get to number 2, you have to go through number 1. So I'm gonna go through number 1 and tell you how much I loved how they ended number 1. Okay, first of all, I loved how they ended number 1 because you just had him coming back from the future, right? And then he's like, "It's your kids," and then they race off into the future. They fly off. You see the car, levitate, and then the wheels fold in. But then, what's genius about it is the second part when they all come back when he played the same scene, but then it's Elizabeth Shue. Now let's go talk about number part 2, because that's basically where this discussion was primarily supposed to originate. Just at part 2, because we wanted to talk about tech and like come October 2015.
I believe.
How
the
far
date
along
is
have we been? Was it 26th? No.
20th, I think, or
20th?
21st.
21st. Or
I
something?
didn't bring my One Direction journal where I wrote that in.
I thought it was the 21st.
I think it's 21st.
I think it's the 21st.
21st.
Yeah.
Yeah, so October 21st, 2015. Where are we, as we near that date, that iconical date within Back to the Future? How far along are we? Do we have the Hoover that we were talking about earlier, the hover skateboard? Not earlier, but a couple of days. The hoverboard. I'm sorry. I don't want to put hover skateboard, but
we should talk about the movie first.
See, my thing is what I thought was genius about watching all 3 of them concurrently. It was, it's just seeing how they used everything from the first movie. You know what I'm saying? And they repeated it throughout, but yet, that was only maybe your first 30 minutes of the film, maybe 15 to 20 minutes of the film. And then after that, it all just evolved into its own thing, its own movie, which was pretty cool. Whereas some people, like, let's say, what do you call that one movie? Let's say for the generation now, Hangover. Then you got Hangover 2. Basically followed the same damn recipe, and this one did too. They he ends up in a cafe and then he has to race through town, but he's on a hoverboard now rather than a skateboard. They just totally regurgitated everything. Or Die Hard. That's the primary.
Yep.
Die Hard 1. And then Die Hard 2 is just Die Hard in L.A. At LAX. So it's like totally ridiculous. They just totally threw up regurgitated that script and just put it in a different setting just to make it's horrible.
It seems like almost something they do a lot in the 80s, because that's what happened with Evil Dead 1 and 2. You know, they were a lot alike, and even they were like, "Oh, it's a remake." No, it's not. It's just
same thing. You just
the
put
comic
it in a
book
different
really
place.
helped put into state that the first one was a dream.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was Evil Dead.
Yeah, Evil Dead 1 was a dream.
Oh, seriously?
Yep.
Interesting. Whatever. We're not talking about that though.
Yeah, we're not.
So in part 2, and one of the things that got me was, well, I just had to laugh. It's just how they had to play their younger selves, or their children or something like that. It was fucking
Children
ridiculous.
and adult versions of themselves.
It was horrible. It was fucking. You can't say Biff, young Biff, or Biff of 2015 wasn't fucking just totally just why. That was. Yeah, it's just totally. What the hell is he doing with this? Did I tell you not to come here? He had this weird, I don't know, he's straining to poop and talk at the same time. It was weird. I don't know. It's just stupid. But that made me laugh. And even McFly, he's like, I don't know. He's all just kind of get shaky voice,
sounds like
and then
he's-
you high pitch it, and then you kind of make it a little trembly.
It sounds like he's trying to do his dad from the first movie.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah,
It's like Bravery skipped a generation and then went back.
yeah. They just reverted back. You got the little cowardly, scrawny dude, of scrawny McFly, but. That was just totally hilarious to me. But I found that cool. But yet it took on its own, because I used to hate this damn movie. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Then looking back at it, I was like, wait.
It's really good.
Look back at it. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good film when the story just changes, where it's not about going back to the future now. Now it's about, they changed the past somehow. Biff went back and he did this thing. He altered the past, and now everything's screwed up. Things will never be how they were before. And then you see how, these characters' lives would be, whereas maybe he would, let's say kind of like it was a Wonderful Life type of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas what if, his dad, he wasn't there and he was raised by someone else, and he had all the money in the world and stuff like that to do these different things that he wanted to do. Cause as young kids they always wish for a little bit better for their in their lives. Like, oh, you don't have enough money. I want this, I want that. But I don't know. But yet it all came to fruition in the first one. So, but yet they had to go back and do this thing with this kid. So I don't know.
It all revolves around Marty learning a very important lesson of growing up and not being able to get taunted. That's what Back to the Future 2 is about.
No, really? All of it?
Well, not all. Well, most of it.
No, I think 3 was more so that he learned that lesson.
He
so in 3.
relearned it. He relearned it.
He didn't relearn it. He knew it.
Relearned it. No, they totally recycled it. Because in the first one, or the second one, he learns, don't take taunts seriously.
When?
At the end.
Oh, I was gonna say
During what? At the end, what? When he took
the
on Biff?
entire movie, they call him Chicken.
They keep calling him
they
chicken,
call him
yeah,
Chicken in the
but
like,
when did he learn
older.
his lesson, though?
When did it happen?
I'm trying to remember the scene. You're the one who saw it last.
I know. I just watched it too. What was the last scene?
It's with him and Biff, on the rooftop. He
No,
didn't
that's not
taunt
the
him.
last scene.
That's not the last scene. You're thinking of the.
No, you're thinking of before he goes back to the past when they.
Oh, no, that
go back
isn't.
to 1955.
Yeah.
So many different times.
No, the last scene in this one. No, the last scene in 2 is the guy shows up in the car. He comes back to the future, but he's without Doc. He's in 1980. 1985.
No, he's back in 1950.
No, yeah, he went back to 1955, right?
Yeah.
He went
That's
back
the
to
guy in the car.
1955.
Yeah, that's the last
guy
one.
in the
No,
car
no,
meets
it's
him.
before that.
The guy in the car meets him, right?
Yeah.
Gives him
And
things.
gives him
He
the
has to
letter.
go run back to the clock tower and tell Doc, the then Doc, that hey, you left me this, and I have to go back in time to save you now. So when did he learn that lesson, bitches?
It wasn't there.
It wasn't there. It wasn't there. It wasn't before that
Yeah,
either.
I was gonna say the last scene with Biff is when he's trying to get the almanac back, and they're going down that street, and Marty's using the hoverboard, and Biff notices him.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. And he's riding alongside of the car.
Yeah.
And then
And
he didn't
then-
learn it. He just got the damn almanac. He didn't call him a chicken. Oh, no. Okay, I remember that scene. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and
They were in the stairwell. It was
No.
1955.
That was right before the car
was
thing
before.
happened.
Yeah.
Because
The
car
remember,
broke,
he
yeah.
ends up
So when
getting
did he taunt? He
ends up
taunted
getting
them
the
then.
almanac, and then he
He got hit in the
he
face
grabs
with the door, dude.
well, no, when Marty's like grabbing the almanac and he's like actually getting away with the almanac, he grabs the almanac from Biff finally, and he grabs that rope that was stuck on the DeLorean, and Doc like carries him away, and Biff runs into manure again.
But see, when we talking about the day,
I know,
time
when
that he
he-
was
yeah.
taunted by Biff, and Biff did call him a chicken.
Yeah, he called him a
and
chicken when he
stand
got
up.
hit.
He stood up to
Oh,
him.
yeah.
He did not learn his lesson because he went up to Biff and he was gonna fight him, but then he got hit in the door
By
He got-
himself.
by himself. He got hit in the face with the door. He got knocked out, and
By
so
himself.
Biff took it, got in the car, rode off, and then he woke up and chased down Biff.
Okay,
So therefore,
sure.
he did not learn his lesson in 2.
Okay, then.
So yeah, he's still a little asshole. He's still like he's still like
He's
just.
not a little ass.
No, okay. Well, no, not really. But he still have that like that little temper. Like don't call me this because it's basically my dad lived this way and I don't want to be called that. So therefore I'll fight. And a lot of people do that. It's a psychological thing. If you see your parents stuff, you act out in a different way because you don't want to be that way, and that's when you start killing people. But
Jerry's lived this.
no, not for my dad was pretty tough and scary. But I was picked on as a kid though, so I don't know. But all right, so yeah. He didn't learn any damn lesson in that one. So
He learned not to use future technology for the past.
He did do that.
learned
'cause
that.
Remember, he said, "Oh, this is all my fault," and then Doc was like, "There's no point in dwelling on this.
Yeah.
We need to fix this."
Oh, the almanac.
Yeah.
So that's not really technology. He just grabbed a damn book.
That's still technically technology. It's book. Book's still technology.
No, it wasn't. The dust jacket he was so marveling
is-
over. That was technology.
See,
That was
there
their
it is.
technology because
There
it
it
was like,
is.
look, this dust jacket was dope. What is this thing? Because they really just made a point to reference the dust jacket. I'm like, really, it's just a cover for your book. But yet, when she brought out that like antique and he stole it, but
No,
so
he bought it.
He bought it.
oh yeah, he did buy it. Okay, but so yeah, this
Are you making him seem like such an asshole?
he was a little punk kid. He was. Technically, he had a little
steal.
attitude and stuff like that, but he was
didn't
technically
steal.
in the scheme of things, he was a little punk kid. But yet he had some redeeming qualities.
Yes.
But yet he always like was very impetuous and like he just go and do things without thinking about it. So, but yeah, say he was a little punk kid. I would say
He
so.
was a punk
As
kid,
a
but-
teenager, he's a little punk kid.
But I'm saying you're making him into an asshole. There's a difference between
yeah, that's
being
true
a
too.
punk
I
and an
didn't.
asshole.
Okay.
He wasn't a punk. He was a slacker.
Was he a slacker though?
Because that's what his principal always called him.
Yeah, the principal always called him a slacker.
Well, he
like,
was
"Look."
late for that week because Doc had set the time on his clocks wrong.
Yes.
So that's why he was
By
always
25
late.
minutes.
Yeah, I remember that one. So, let's break down some of this technology, this technology
over
and
3.
number 2. No, I'm gonna talk about 3.
Well,
I think 3 is the best one.
Mr.
It's
Last
one of the
week
best
is
one.
like,
I hated that damn
I
movie as a
hated it.
kid, but you look at it now, it's like, wow, this damn movie, just like 2 redeeming qualities. You look at it again through different eyes, it's like, whoa, that's pretty good. It's just what they were actually saying, because at the heart of it, you still have Spielberg and Zemeckis telling a story, and they're very good storytellers. And although you might be taken away from it because of the first maybe 15 minutes where everything seems like the same, you just lose interest. It's all the same. It's gonna be the same old thing. You can go back in time. They're gonna repeat this. But yeah, it wasn't as much as a joke upon it to itself as I thought it was before, as it was just kind of like a Groundhog Day thing. It needed to be because these things happen in their life. But yeah, it was kind of trite. it was kind of trite because walk in and then his mom is like helping him, mom, and then he wakes up and it's like she got moves all up in his face because she and stuff. So it's just kind of like, all right, maybe that didn't need to be in there, but he always got knocked out somehow. So and he ended up in that bed. So hover. Okay, you got the as far as tech, the tech of part 2.
Tech deck.
You have like what? Hoverboard, auto lace shoes. Why do we have those Nikes?
I thought they were making that.
Did they make those?
No,
Okay.
they made the Nikes, but they don't lace. They also made it with LED, so it lights up like those did.
Yeah.
But they still don't auto lace.
Oh, come on, Nike.
They don't really auto lace as much as just they get tighter through Velcro.
Yeah.
They look like they
But
sell
they closed
Velcro.
on their own, though. You know,
Yeah.
all you have to do. Did you press a button or something, or did it?
Did you
or
put-
did you just
I know.
slap
I
it
think
together?
he put them on.
Yeah,
and
he
then
put 'em
after
on
he had them on, it just like it was like. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
kind of like the clothes.
Yeah, like the size adjustable clothing, where it's just like. And my thing is, okay, with that size adjustable clothing, when this little dumb kid, his kid, right?
Marty McFly Jr.
Yeah, McFly Jr. MJ, he comes in. Hey, why is his coat
Like,
long on
longer?
one side?
Yeah.
And what's up with the?
I think it's just to prove a point that he's kind of a goof. He's kind of a dork, you know.
No. That's just common motherfucking sense. If you have the ability to adjust your jacket just by pushing a damn button, why don't you just adjust
Maybe
it?
his doesn't
Why is he
work.
walking around like a fucking clown,
His
hanging
son-
around like,
No.
look, I'm a seal.
His son's a slacker too.
It's a button. You take the button, you press it, and then it adjusts to your fucking sleeve. They showed it earlier in that scene when he had to do it. Where Doc Brown just walked by here, pressing the button, and he's
Maybe
like,
his
"Really?"
is broken.
Well, he was rich at that time, so he could have got a new one. They had Biff money. They had Biff money. No.
In the first one?
Second one, fool.
Or is the second one?
Yeah.
In the second? No.
They had Biff money.
No, he lost
No,
all
he
the
didn't.
money, you
Remember?
idiot.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why he's an asshole now.
Okay, that's in the cafe. He came
Yes.
through. Yeah, that's why he lost all his money and stuff. So
He's
Yeah.
lost all the money at that
He
point.
lost all the money.
and so wait, I thought he lost it later.
No,
No, he's lost the
he's
money
lost
before.
it at that point because remember, and
You're
then
right.
they go home and you find out that he like broke his hand or something like that, and that's why he doesn't play guitar.
Yes,
and
yes,
he
yes.
became a douchebag after that.
Yes, and then he got into the
And
deal
then,
with needles when he presented his
Yeah.
card. That dude,
Fucking needles.
right away, he just shows up like, "Oh yeah, you're fired."
McFly!
Yeah, they did. That was like a George Jetson type thing.
Yeah.
when Spacely comes on the teleprompter, like whenever he did anything,
Yeah.
when he didn't think Spacely was looking, Spacely would show up on his video screen with a feed and just like, "You're fired," or just berate him with just like with just demands and stuff like that, and basically fire him every 2 minutes. But you have that. You have the size adjustable. You have the hoverboard, auto lace shoes, size adjustable clothing with pretty much the same thing, and bio limbs.
The
Hey,
biotics. Biff and the gang had biotics.
They were dumb.
Don't forget about holograms.
Oh,
That's
holograph
right
marquees.
after it.
Oh, okay.
But the bio limbs. That was
Well,
stupid.
remember, his were, what's it called? He had a screw loose, though.
Yes,
Doc said that Biff has a screw, or Griff has a screw loose in his biolimbs.
he always had. So yeah.
So that's why his don't work all that well. Hey, they protected him from that punch.
Yeah, but that whole McFly, I tell you not to come in here. I don't know. I fucking hate it.
It's supposed to be like a younger one.
Oh, I hated listening to him. I just wanted to hit him in the mouth. Like, dude, y'all didn't have to go that way. Seriously, he could have just talked like, he did in the first one. Teenage Biff in the first one would have been all right because this made him seem like he was trying to be like 10. And he was like 45.
I don't think that was the biotics' faults.
No, I don't think so.
That was not the biotics' faults.
It's just a horrible choice in acting where he's like, okay, I'm gonna play him like this. I don't know. That just threw me. And then and then we also have and was he the only one with bio limbs, or did other people have?
I'm
bio
pretty
limbs?
sure his other members of his gang
They
had
didn't show it
biotics.
though. They didn't showcase their talent.
I could have sworn the girl when she grabbed him by the crotch lifted
Oh, she
him
did
up.
lift him up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I mean
true,
that
yeah.
explains biotics right there.
Okay, I guess so. And
What about Elijah Wood? Just kidding.
what?
You didn't see him?
He was a little,
The little
boy.
kid?
Oh, I
That's a
didn't see it.
baby's toy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Elijah Wood?
Yeah, that was Elijah Wood.
I did not know that. Really?
And Flea was one of the gang members.
No.
Flea.
No.
Yeah,
Flea,
he was Needles, right?
Flea was Needles.
Oh, was he Needles?
Yeah,
he was
Flea was
Needles.
Needles.
That's-
I looked at him. I I had to like tip my head. I'm like, is that Flea? But
Yeah.
Was he an actor before he was in
No,
that band, or
I think
was
he
it
was in the Red Hot Chili Peppers at the time.
at the 90s?
Yeah.
Because 85, right? And then that was 89.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
And then
89.
2 came out, and 3 came out in 90 because they said a year later.
Well, because 2 and 3 were filmed back to back.
Yeah. Okay. Which is dope in itself when they, put at the end, they start showing clips.
Oh, yeah.
From the third one, you're like, what? They got a new one? Another one already? Awesome. Okay, so, and they got holograph marquees. I thought that was pretty good.
I thought those were pretty dope. And Jaws, what was it? 37?
Yeah, something like
It was
that.
and directed by Mark Spielberg, I think it was.
Mark Spielberg. So
I can't hear nothing. I can't hear nothing.
You can't hear?
I can't hear nothing.
Did I knock you out? Yes.
I'm deaf. I can't hear nothing. Doc, you gotta help me. I can't hear anything. I'm sorry, Doc. Okay, I can hear again.
Only way to shut them up. I know. So, as far as part 2 in tech is concerned, well, I was thinking like holograph, like poster cases. Like I remember like Blade Runner or one of those different movies. They had like those holograph posters. And I think I was talking about that with someone at work. I'm like, wouldn't that just be cool? And they change and they change like intermittently throughout the day, and so it's not the same thing when you walking around. You always see something different. With all the movie posters, it just plays on a different like card, shuffle card or something like that. That would be pretty neat. I thought that'd be nice, but the holograph was pretty cool too.
Yeah, it'd be too damn expensive though to give away for free.
Yeah, but we're talking about we living in teen house supposed to be. So we're supposed to be a little further along. So are we further along or behind?
We're almost there with some of that stuff.
Yeah, in the connotation of Back to the Future 2.
Like the hologram stuff, we are currently working on that because Windows is working on that like headset that does the holograms and shit.
Oh yeah.
And then you have the hoverboard, although it only has like a 20-minute lifespan and it doesn't really do much.
And you might die.
They made the shoes, they just don't auto lace.
Yes. Bio limbs. You have bio limbs.
Yeah.
Technically, you do.
We have limbs that are, but
They're not
limbs
they
that
don't
are
make you stronger
mechanical.
like that.
Yeah,
They're more
But are
like-
they controlled? Like, are there any controlled by like computer chips?
That's
Because a lot of them is muscle memory, right? It's
Yeah.
like they
I thought you actually
they tap
controlled
into your
them.
synapse,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think they actually attach
Your
to
nervous system, so-
they don't go through computer system or anything.
That's bio.
Yeah.
Well,
that is bio.
that's technical.
That's real bio because if you know what bio means, bioscience is, that's bio.
Yeah.
You tap into your own nervous system.
Well, and that's what
you
they
can,
did with like Ghost in the Shell. They
Oh,
connected to the
Yeah,
body.
to
and
the
they
brain
can-
and stuff, yeah.
The only thing I don't think we have is
don't have-
auto adjustable clothing.
Yeah, we don't have that either.
Yeah, people don't like to wear clothing anyways.
No, not nowadays. Shit, seriously.
Yeah, the
They
less you
try to
have, the
wear
better.
less clothes. But so that's one of the things too. Whereas fashion, I see fashion like every time you see like a movie where it's like stated like in the future, fashion is like one of the most integral parts of that change to try to depict change. It's like okay, they have to look futuristic. But yeah, if you come 2015 where we are, so we're back there, it's
We're
like
still pretty much dressing how we are.
yeah, we're actually taking the shit from 1980s and we're wearing it now.
Yeah.
That style, the rolled up jeans and stuff like that. They're doing that now. It's happening.
Yep.
So
You left off the flying Jeep, remember?
You left out just a hover technology.
motherfuckers,
period.
you just tell me then. You took notes too, right?
Yeah, I did.
And shut the fuck
I
up.
left my One Direction journal at home though.
Although
Don't they have the hover car? A version of a hover car?
Not
Or
like
flying
that.
car?
Not like that.
No.
no, yeah, it
Well,
doesn't.
no, it won't be like that
Yeah.
because we're not there yet.
But I think it does do like what the DeLorean did, where the wheels come up. Yeah,
What?
like
Really?
that. Yeah.
And it's just air propulsion like underneath. It's like keeping
Yeah.
it up. What is it powered by?
I think they were trying to go solar at first.
Grease. Those bio recyclable combust.
Well, yeah, they were trying to
fuel.
make it
Yeah.
You also forgot that one too.
Earth friendly.
What?
The Mr. Fusion.
Oh yeah, where
The biodig where you poured the beer in the banana.
and
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
the
for
DeLorean
fuel.
But that was
empty.
just for the DeLorean though. So.
Oh, well, that's still future technology.
Oh, was it future
Because remember
technology?
he has used what's it called? What's it called to get the fuel?
he was using plutonium originally.
Plutonium.
Yeah, plutonium.
And
And
now,
now
he's
he just
using
uses
waste.
biodegradable
but were
waste.
the other cars using it? Did the Jeep?
We
It
don't
didn't
know,
s-
but
yeah, it didn't.
but
say.
still,
Oh, okay.
to generate enough, electricity, you had that biodegradable fuel though.
Huh, true.
When you
yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
You know, had a better technology than the flux capacitor.
Yeah.
Or
Why don't we
fuel
have something like that now? Well, no, we do. Kind of. Didn't they do? Don't they have something like that where it runs on compost?
I don't think they have something like for vegetable oil.
Yeah, they have vegetable oil.
Yeah, vegetable oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But
I
they
don't
haven't
see a
done
lot of
anything
those
else.
around anymore. Because
Nah.
before you used to see those cycling centers, like here, drop off your vegetable oil because we want to use it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that lately.
Yeah, I haven't.
I haven't seen an electric car in a while either.
Well, they did have
Are
that
we-
new commercial.
Well, I think it depends on where you live. Because Arizona doesn't have as many charging stations.
True, but no, we have a charge station. It's called the damn sun. It's called being outside.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Because the damn sun. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously, that can take your car from here to Texas.
But then you have to have
And then
solar
you'll-
panels on your car.
Yeah, why not?
I'm just saying, people are too lazy to do that.
Yeah, that's true. But what if it's built into like the roof, like a sunroof?
That would be cool.
That would be kind of cool,
Yeah.
right?
Until
Yeah.
it broke because of hail or something like that, and then you're like, oh, great, now I can't charge my car.
Let's see, what other technology? You forgot about
Oh,
the.
there was the...
Okay, what did
the
now? Let's go
dehydrated.
into what Jerry forgot about. Did you text me anything about that? No, I'm just saying.
Man,
Go
I was
ahead.
watching that at 2 o'clock in the morning.
He has no excuse.
He has no damn excuse. He does it because how long?
Well,
You had it since last week.
Last week,
We
I
even
brought it.
delayed the episode a
I
week.
brought it last
and you
Monday.
still watched it the day before the recording, so fuck you.
He wanted it fresh in his mind.
No. That was not
That's why I said it sarcastically.
No. This little bitch.
I asked him every day this week, did you watch it yet?
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it when I get home. I got Thursday off, so I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it during the day. I'm gonna get. That's what you said too.
Well, I did try watching it when I got home, and then
He fell asleep because of all that shit.
I had to clean and do laundry, and
Hashtag fuck. You had time to watch it.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So, we're gonna go to the second. Well, no, wait. We're gonna
I was
go
about to
the
say, hold on.
technology that Jerry did not notice.
All right, the dehydrated pizza.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna
from
say that
Pizza
one.
Hut. Where it was that tiny little pizza, and they're like, "How are we gonna eat all this?" And then they put it in the oven, and then it gets hydrated.
Yeah.
It's a full blown pizza.
And it doesn't take very long either.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Did they have a better microwave system?
Like, and they had to get rehydrated.
Oh,
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because it was
add
dehydrated.
water?
I guess.
You would have to.
Yeah.
So-
But they put it in an oven thing.
So why'd they put it in the oven just to dry it out more?
I don't know. It's weird, but hey,
Maybe it has like a humidity setting.
maybe.
It's like,
But it
jumps
only
out
took
of
like
mist.
less than 30 seconds for a full blown pizza that was half pepperoni and half what was that, green peppers?
I think it was a half, and then I think it was actually a quarter or something and a quarter of another,
I thought
wasn't
it was
it?
half and half.
I don't remember.
Pretty sure it was half and half.
I just can't believe
'Cause it
we're
looked like
fucking
tasty
debating this
pizza.
right now.
It's pizza, man.
Pizza is life.
Oh, I do not like pizza. I can't have it. I don't really.
Pizza's a real man's food.
I guess so. I ain't no real man though. I eat like salads and shit and kale. Yeah, I suck. I'm old, so I don't want to die.
The thumb technology to get inside the house,
Oh,
and also
yeah.
they get identified by the police,
We still have. Oh yeah, like the
where
DNA.
they literally like
DNA like a thumb. A thumb.
like an instant like you touch it.
Don't they have something like that though? But for drunks,
Did they have something like
I
that?
think
do.
they
They
do.
have a blood
Yeah.
thing where you
I
can
think
poke
they
your-
have something where you can poke it, and then
Let's ask Josh.
it'll.
but I think
scan-
that's against your rights, right? You can't do that unless.
Oh.
I don't think you can legally do that. Take someone's blood. They would have to get a court order for
Like
that.
they just didn't take the blood. They just put their thumbprint.
Yeah,
on.
the thumbprint. I'm
That's
just
what it
talking
was.
about like our
Our current version.
current
Yeah.
version. I don't think so, but I know that they do have that technology where they can get a blood. Like they can get a sample of your blood to measure how much alcohol is
Blood
truly in your
alcohol
system.
content.
Yeah, blood alcohol content. Yeah. So yeah, that would be kind of cool. But we do have the thumb pads though. They got those. They have those around, and they have eye scans, don't they? At
Yeah,
some
we have eye
places?
scanners.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
they
they're
have
not-
those, but in
They're not
handprint,
that fluent though. People can like easily.
access them. We don't have it like
Access them.
everyday home. It's like not in your everyday common
Yeah.
home, like a newly
But
built
that
house.
was like everyday thing. You know?
Yeah. That's just.
But
their
we still
time,
have it.
like Jetsons.
And they
They
did
have
the
elevator
video
doors.
conference call.
Yeah. Video conference.
Oh yeah,
calls.
they have that. Yep.
We
On
can
the
do
giant
that.
TV.
They have Wi-Fi.
10 TV shows at once, like Martin McFly.
Oh
Jr.
yeah,
had.
where he went into his room and he had like
Voice
all those
commanded.
screens on.
He voice commanded, "Can I get channel 2, Weather Channel, yada 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 yada."
More than 2 televisions in the house, yes?
No,
Well,
like,
no,
it was
on
one
his-
TV that
No,
had
I know. I was
10
just
Yeah.
saying. Like in the first one. It's
Yeah.
like, you got more than one TV? Sorry. But yeah. Sure. So what else?
Also,
Did I forget or
Also,
not
the weather being perfectly correct.
Oh yeah, and
When
then
he's like, "Oh, well, the weather guy's right, but the postal system still sucks."
No.
yeah, where it was like right on the tick because he was like, wait 5 seconds, and and then it
they
just
could-
stopped.
Yeah. They could accurately
I'm
predict
pretty sure it's
the
a Western.
weather.
No, they called it like the weather service, so maybe they control the weather now.
Oh,
is what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay, that's possible too.
You know?
Oh, that'd be kind of weird. What if you had? Didn't we have a movie or something like that?
I know My
Or
Little
someone
Pony
did
does that.
Oh, good lord,
Oh god.
My Little Pony, idiot. They control the weather on My Little Pony.
The Pegasus is the biggest I do.
They do. Okay, maybe we should get those.
We should get a Pegasus
We need a
and do
Pegasus to
that
control the weather.
to control the weather.
All right. What else did
Fuck
I
you.
not notice? What else did I not notice?
How about the whole 80s cafe thing?
I like the 80s cafe. What is it called? The 80s?
Isn't it just called the 80s
I think
cafe?
it's just called the 80s.
Yeah.
I think so.
I
I
think it
don't
is,
think it's
yeah.
cafe. He just
Might
said it
just
was
be
a
called the
cafe,
80s.
but I think it's just called the 80s.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
I thought that was cool.
I like that.
But-
But it looks just like his 80s cafe.
But they got the wrong decade. Everyone nowadays is like, I miss the 90s. There should be a 90s cafe.
Oh yeah.
Go all over BuzzFeed.
No,
How many
man,
lists
I
you'll
think
get
that'd be
for
boring.
90s.
I think that would be boring.
I know. I'm
I
just
thought the
saying.
80s would probably be a
hold
little
on,
bit
hold
better.
on. I'm just saying. Look on BuzzFeed and look how many lists there are of how great the 80s is, or how great the 90s were.
Oh,
and
really?
then you'll be like, yeah, they got the wrong decade for this one. Just look that shit up. Go on
But
BuzzFeed.
when the movie was made, it was
Yeah, I
made
know,
in
I know.
1990, so they had to reference something close to the.
I know.
Yes, we would reference the 90s because that's a decade closer than to. Wait, no, 2000 is shit.
Yeah,
actually, it's
2000 would be.
yeah, good lord. Could you actually go back and say I want a 2000 like a millennium or whatever? What would you
O's.
call that?
Millennium.
I want
O's.
a millennium, a Y2K, a 2K.
2K Cafe.
Oh yeah, a 2K cafe. What's
Ooh,
up?
2K Cafe.
He
I
just
like
named
that.
it. But yet that would be fucking boring. What the fuck happened
know
in
it'd be
2000? Like seriously.
No, it'd be the most stressful like dinner experience you have because you're not sure if the lights would go off or not, and
It's all based on freaking you the fuck out. He's just sitting there like, is it gonna happen? And then he's just going for the experience, the real Y2K experience.
Not
it's
sure.
Cafe 2K when you're just sitting down to dinner and then shit just breaks loose, like the apocalypse happens every night in that cafe. Was at least one person dies.
you go.
But
in,
you don't know who it's gonna be. It's gonna be somebody though.
lights shut off and they have no AC, and you're in there. And
you gotta survive one night in there.
One night.
The
at
apocalypse
Y2K
night.
Cafe.
And then it's kind of like you walk out the back, and it's kind of like on that end scene of Dusk Till Dawn 3. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Where it's just like right off the cliff, it's like nothing. It's like desolate. You just walk into like this Mad Max world, and it's all scripted. But somebody's gonna die.
All scripted.
Yeah,
Everyone
it's
does.
all like dystopian. So that it's like right there in the middle. It's like Sahara Desert or some shit like that, or one of these damn deserts. And you just have to like cafe. Everything's cool, and then like the alarms and stuff, and you have to rush out. Yeah, I don't know what to do. And then you break out, and it's like nothing. Y2K, will you survive?
Y2K Cafe.
No, just 2K Cafe sounds better.
2K Cafe.
Can you survive the Y2K, the Millennium Falcons? I don't know. Oh, we just called them the Millennium Falcons. It'd be like the little Mad Max crew, like the ruffians. They come through. It's like the road. You know, you see all the damn people. They come by eating humans and shit. They just called the Millennium Falcons. I don't know why. Sounds good.
It's unoriginal. It's very unoriginal.
Fuck, I don't care. We're trying to play back.
But Millennium
To the
Falcon
80s.
wasn't in the Y2K.
I know, but yet we still loved it, right? Fuck you. We had a Star Wars during that time,
Yeah, but it didn't have the Millennium Falcon.
but it referenced
It doesn't
a
have the
series that went to where
It doesn't have the Millennium
originated.
Falcon.
They could be the Jar Jars.
There we go. There's a Jar Jar sound.
Yeah, whatever. All right, what else did I miss? I'm going with 2K Cafe. I say we make that. Let's make some money somehow and put all of our money into that.
We're not making a 2K Cafe.
2K Cafe, man. Stop putting a fucking Y in front of it.
I did. I said 2K Cafe.
You said
Fuck you.
2K. You did.
Rewind that shit. I said
What's the
2K
next?
Cafe. Fuck you.
What's the
I'm
next
out.
one? What else did I do? What else did I miss?
Oh, I thought you didn't want to hear me anymore.
What else did I miss?
I think I'm out of. That's all I wrote.
Yeah, I think that's
I
it.
think I did have more, but
Yeah.
they're like little stupid things.
A little thing, yeah, like little
You
table,
know.
yeah.
Oh, like the garden that was like came down from the roof that they could get like fresh fruits from.
Oh, every time, yeah.
Yeah, there was that thing too, which I thought was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I forget it had a name, but I can't remember what it was.
What about the casino? How did that look? I know it looked kind of like
That was back in-
out of this world.
That was 80.
That was in the present. So
no, the Biff Casino.
yeah, that was the present.
That was the present.
Because remember that was
That was
15.
alternate 1980.
because remember they went back and because he messed up the timeline, they skewed the timeline.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
okay,
skewed
that was
one.
the
So
new
it's
one.
an
Okay.
alternate 1985.
Hey, is it kind of weird that when he went back to 1985, Biff, what would you call that? The alternate version of 1985?
Yeah.
Didn't that weird, oddly look like Detroit now?
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking that.
I was just saying, I was just like, wow, that's weird. It's like depicting art right there. We go back, like, dudes are gonna hit you with a bat. You got people shooting up shit. That's Chicago.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
They actually was shooting that dude for no reason.
I like how his
Just
principal
because.
gonna shoot it like Marty in the nuts because he's like, you stealing my paper.
Use one of them. You one of them new paper stealers.
I just want to know what's going on.
I just want to know the time, sir. They told us to educate ourselves with the news. Us youth are so out of touch. That's nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Part 3. Okay, I admit.
Clint Eastwood never wore anything like this.
I admit though, when my total perception of Part 3 was like it was shit. But yet, it has a redeeming quality. I think everyone should revisit. I think they should revisit them as a series. Stand alone, maybe not the best, but yet as a series, if you start seeing how Robert Zemeckis like put everything together, because he's basically writer on the first 2, and then he became the director of Part 3. But yet he was able to correlate everything and put everything
Wait, I
all
thought he
together.
directed all 3.
No, Steven Spielberg did.
No, I think he just presented.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Zemeckis directed all 3.
Yeah, because he made the decision to.
Oh
scrap
goddamn! That's
all-
why. That would be why they're fucking so consistent.
Yeah. Because
So he knew what they were doing and everything, and he wrote them all then too, right?
I think him and Spielberg.
Yeah,
wrote
him and Spielberg wrote
The first one.
the first one.
I think the
the
first one,
second
yes.
one was
Spielberg is,
God.
I mean, Zemeckis and somebody else. Yeah, because I remember hearing it. Then the third one was just said Zemeckis. Yeah, Robert. Okay. Then I guess that. Oh,
There's little things
Maybe he
in
was a
number
producer.
3 that make me laugh, and make me happy. Like the line I just said, Clint Eastwood never wore anything like this, and behind him is a poster for Revenge of the Creature, which is the first movie Clint Eastwood was in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as like a very minor character.
See, that's what Chris is for. Chris and Josh, they can notice those little nuances in films and stuff like that. Those references back to something else that might be going on, with the film. They could really do that. They have an eye for that. Me, I'm just like, what? That was just a poster to me. I didn't see all that, but
Yeah, it's a poster right behind him, and it's Revenge of the Creature.
where was he? What scene?
Remember, right before he goes back to the past,
Okay.
he's dressed up in the pink cowboy outfit,
Yeah.
and
So ridiculous.
and he's like, Clint Eastwood never wore anything like this, and behind him is the poster, and Doc Brown's like, who's Clint Eastwood?
Oh yeah, I
So,
remember that.
Oh yeah, because he didn't know. Yeah, so okay,
Yeah.
I got you. It was referencing. He had a poster of it, but yeah, he didn't know who this character was, this actor, because he was
a nobody.
He was a nobody back then. So that's pretty cool how they did that then.
Yeah, nice
that's
little
pretty
wink.
neat. Yeah. Huh?
Nice little wink.
Yes,
to the
exactly.
audience.
Yeah, you would think that whenever someone goes back to the West, it becomes kind of comical of sorts.
Almost
All the
comical.
characters become basically comical, and it's like, oh look, I'm gonna shoot you, and then we got this, we got the villain,
You got the bar
arch-villain,
brawl,
you got
you
the
know.
bar brawl and stuff like that, which is because you're gonna have the same from the first one, whereas instead of the cafe 80s or that other retro
the
cafe
1950s cafe.
1950 cafe, you have a saloon, and he goes into there, and then Biff walks in, or what's his name? Mad Dog, not Biff.
Don't
But
call me Mad Dog.
That was his best one. His best character, in my opinion. That was his best.
It was the most different of them all.
Yes, because there was the times where he's like, oh, you don't even recognize him as being a character from the first two. Yep. And so I pretty like that. But and they did it right, in my opinion. I think they did it right. I think because this one actually centers around that whole love thing, because, and I'm gonna reference some stuff. This is talk shuffle.
Yep.
The podcast that's always on shuffle. I'm about to shuffle it up right now, y'all. Okay. Whereas. Well, no, let's just keep talking about Back to the Future 3, and I'll get to the Love Logic thing, okay? But I don't know. It's simple. What more can you do? You can't talk about tech or anything like that because it was fucking the West.
It was in the West.
Yeah.
It was the West, so you really can't go back and do those
One thing
things,
that kind of makes me go like, that's kind of weird, is how Marty's that good with a gun and in real life. When
they
he's doing the
referenced that
arcade
though.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
because of the gun game that he played.
But even then,
It was a very they didn't touch on it much.
That's in each one almost,
Yeah.
In the second one, oh, that's a baby's toy. But then how is he that with a gun if he's played it in the arcade?
Yeah, because he's not really slinging. Like,
Yeah.
he's just sitting there with a gun,
Yeah.
duck hunting, for the most part.
Pretty much.
Pointing it at a screen rather than slinging.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then aiming. Well, I guess the accuracy can be okay, but it's totally
not the
different when you got the punch from the gun. Or,
Yeah.
The recoil.
The recoil from the gun and stuff. So, yes.
How's he good with a
Totally
gun?
ridiculous,
That made me go, what?
He had it was like a Matrix thing. They just programmed him, and he knew it right away.
We didn't have that.
I know what we're
in
talking about
2015.
next week. What's up? Sorry, go ahead.
We're not talking about the Matrix.
No, it's kind of sort of we are. So you don't have to show up, bitch. I'll call somebody else.
I'll come.
Ooh, son. Ooh.
All right, I quit.
Slam down your mic.
Watch him walk away.
But
I can't go. Adam's my ride.
yeah. This is, I don't know. It's so like, okay, so first of all, okay, they did not. So this is basically that you show you see the growth of McFly of Marty, but yet what really I didn't like, I think they should have went differently with the
Clara?
McFly family,
Like how they were the Irish immigrants.
or no, that they looked like, because if you go back and they're not gonna look the same. I can understand the future tense and then the past tense, but yeah, this is lineage.
Yeah.
They're not, your mom doesn't look like your mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, were they just trying to get them roles? And, because I can understand the McFly looking alike, but the mom, why does she have to look like Leah?
I didn't realize that, honestly.
Really?
Did she?
It's the same damn lady.
It's the
Is
same
it?
person.
I didn't-
Playing a wife
Yeah.
to McFly's.
Well, they're just attracted to the same
great-great-grandfather.
woman. Duh.
Huh?
They're all just attracted to the same woman.
I don't know. I didn't like that part. I thought they
That
could
is
have
kinda
casted someone else different, someone different for that role. It was just like, come on, really? I can understand McFly with a little, but yet, okay, McFly, you're looking in the mirror at yourself, just a dude who's basically clean shaven. You have a beard and a mustache or whatever, or just a mustache.
Yeah, it was just a mustache.
Okay, yeah, you look at this fella from another land or another place, and you don't see the resemblance. Come on, brah. Come on. See, that kind of pissed me off. But then it took away from them, which was good. I'm glad it didn't stick with
It
them.
wasn't about them, you know?
But yeah, he helped teach him this redeeming quality that he should have, and that would help him later on in life and help his family help him make better decisions. Henceforth, what we were talking about before, when he wouldn't back down from a fight, he was always just, okay, I'm gonna jump ahead. Don't call me chicken, and that's kind of like Will Smith. What did he call him chicken? What did he call him in Okay, stay on track. Okay,
Stay on track.
but yeah, so in this one, it basically, I don't know, it was kind of like a throwaway movie. It could have been a throwaway movie, but yet, if you see the evolution of the character McFly, you see that he really was able to alter his future alter the future of his entire family tree, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because instead of he being this one guy who dies, dies just like his old great grandfather or his brother, McFly's brother did or something like that, died because he couldn't back away from a fight. His uncle, his great uncle or something like that.
Oh God, who was it? Crap, I don't remember.
But yet, you would think now that, he was able to do that. And so he was able to become more a different character, a more evolved
He's
character.
grown over time, Yeah.
It's
like he's no longer the little wisecracking kid from the before who would never back out of a fight.
Yeah.
He's grown past that,
But yet it still shows this little toughness of the character McFly. Whereas he drops his belt, or whatever. Yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, then whatever. But he drops his belt, basically challenges guy. But yet to a knuckle brawl, didn't get shot. But yet he uses, he used like a Doc Brown method. Think about how it referenced the first one and how Doc Brown got that letter, and so he wore a bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
And so then in this one, he kind of took that same knowledge and was like, okay, I'm gonna put a plate on, kind of like a body plate that he wore, and then once he got shot by Mad Dog, he's like fake dead and stuff. So it's totally what Doc Brown did in that first one, where he just stands up like, hey, whatever. You know what I like about these movies? That they always end the movie early. They end that storyline early. That travel back in time, whatever storyline that they have. Even in the first one, he gets his parents back together, but then there's more. You always have to get back. That was one thing in the film that they really that last 30 minutes was him trying to get back.
Yep.
So it's kind of cool where those storylines were they weren't long. You didn't have to make them long. They were short. They're short enough so you can just end just like that, and then boom, now you got to get home. First you got to get there, then you got to get home. They always established that. They didn't just gloss over it where he's just like, oh, wake up, I'm at home now. No, there was always a chance that you would not get back.
I like that metal plate thing though, because in the second one they were watching Clint Eastwood. Remember, Biff was watching it, and he did
wore
that.
Yes, there you go. See,
there's a callback. Right
they did that so well, where they reference a lot from the first movies or the movie that came before it, and it taught him lessons to deal with the things he would do. He would come into content with now or with in the present / past, whatever situation he put himself in or he got himself into. He was able to put forth that knowledge to things he learned traveling here, there, and everywhere. I thought that was pretty. As a whole, I love the way they did this series. It was freaking neat, man. They put everything. So you got the 1, 2, 3. And you would think, because I don't think it did well in the box office or anything like that.
It made almost, the first made almost 4, I think.
Yeah.
The second made, I think, like 380, and then the third made like 2.
He's talking about millions, people.
Yeah.
Hundreds
200.
of millions. Yes.
Yes.
So I guess not really a failure.
No.
Technically.
Oh yeah, the third
wasn't as successful as the other two.
But yeah.
But yet, I think they did it perfectly. But see, and then to actually give Doc Brown his own storyline. So I think that's what made it a little bit more, made it better, because they took away, little Marty McFly has his storyline, cool, but yet you have this Doc Brown thing. They made you care more about Doc Brown, this person, because he referenced early in the first one that he always wanted to go back to the West.
Yep,
that was one of the things, and so then he gets to the West, and he's happy there. He doesn't want to leave. He would rather just send you back. He told you not to come back, but you came back because his love for his friend. He wanted to be able, because if he did not change that, he wouldn't know. If he went back to 1985, Doc wouldn't exist. But he was in 1955. So that Doc exists. But the one in how did he exist if he had the gravestone?
Okay.
If he had a picture of the gravestone.
It would have been
Emmett Brown.
What's it called? 1885 Brown, or is it 1885 or is it
Wild West was 1885.
Yeah. Okay, 1885. Wait, what are you asking? I'm confused about how does he have a picture of his own gravestone?
Yeah, but how does he have a picture of Emmett Brown's gravestone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, because that character didn't exist. He didn't exist, right?
Who?
Doc Brown did not exist in that land. So it wouldn't change his future.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why he's present in 1955. Okay, I'm sorry.
So it goes.
He didn't ruin the lineage of
No.
Doc Brown.
It went from 1955
Okay.
Brown, then 85 Brown, 85. Then he went to 2015. Then all this shit that happened in
Yes.
first one, the second one, and then he went to 1885. So that's
So
where
it's just that character.
that's where current Brown is.
Yeah,
current
that's
Brown.
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
current Brown is there.
1885.
So yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Copy
so you
that.
wouldn't ever alter like his actual birth or anything like that because back then.
Yes.
Because he still existed throughout that time.
Yeah.
Because he had to still make the time machine to even go back. Mm-hmm. So it's all the same Brown. It's just different time period Browns.
What if this Brown is the Brown who had the children, and then those children had the new Browns? No.
Well, that's eventually what's probably going to end up happening. Is
Yeah.
that he gave birth
Because-
to those kids.
Yeah.
And then those kids went on to have other children, and eventually, somewhere down the line, they give birth to Dr. Brown. So technically, Doc Brown is like
Yeah.
his own.
Okay, this is Futurama now.
This is fucked up, man. This is time space conundrum right here. I'm
I'm
all
pretty
confused
sure
now.
they didn't become. I mean, didn't you watch the cartoon? They went back to the present, and they went on wacky adventures. And Doc Brown had Bill Nye the Science Guy with him.
Yeah, I did not watch that show. I don't believe. I do remember it being on television.
It existed, but it was
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember it coming out, but I never
not that
watched
good.
it.
It was just with Adventures of
Wait.
Doc Brown, or was it Back to the
it was
Future?
like it was Back to the Future, but it had like everybody. You know, it was Marty and Doc Brown, Clara, and their kids.
Oh yeah, and they were going back. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
All right,
going
okay, I
back
did
to
watch this. Okay,
Did
yeah.
they use the train, or did they,
Did they use the train?
Did they? In what the?
in the cartoon?
No, they had the. They still had the.
They had the
rebuilt
DeLorean?
the DeLorean.
Oh,
For that entire for all 6 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fucked up. That's
No,
not,
I don't think all six of
That ain't
them.
right.
I don't think all 6 of them go in at once. You
Oh,
know?
okay, yeah.
It's probably like, oh, what's the adventure this week? Oh, little Billy wants to run away. Oh, I can't remember their names.
and we have to go and
Jules.
change this.
Jules is pissed off because
Was it
spinach
Michael J.
exists.
Fox?
No, Michael J. Fox.
They didn't voice him. No.
No one voiced themselves except for Biff.
Oh.
Biff was the only one to come back.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, all right. I'm about to get deep, people. Anything else on 3?
It's really underrated, and
Yes,
Jerry
you're
can
right.
prove that.
I can-
and
yeah,
now, and now
seriously.
Jerry should watch Spider-Man 3 then.
the train was awesome.
No.
Stop being a little
No.
bitch. I told
No.
you Back to the Future
No.
3 was good. and
Okay,
you
let's
didn't
talk.
believe me.
Let's talk about the evolution of Marty McFly towards the end. Whereas we referenced it in number 2, where he did kind of back down from a fight, kind of sort of, but he did it in his own way. He did it by thinking, instead of because sometimes to think before going into battle kind of gives you more more of the upper hand instead of going into battle just headstrong, get shot up and you're dead. So
He had a plan.
this shows the evolution of him, where he started planning
Instead of
like a
jumping into-
scientist would.
Yep.
Like a Doc Brown would. So that just proves Doc Brown's influence on him. And
I
so
also would think, he's just developed more. Yeah, he's instead of jumping in head first, he's planning. And without Doc Brown throughout these whole times, Doc Brown has taught him, be smart.
yeah.
Don't use stuff
Don't
that
rely
you
on your emotions. Let's get on fucking Jedi with this shit.
Yeah, don't rely on your emotions.
Don't rely on your emotions. Now, boom, about to segue into number 2. We got
Wait.
what?
Did
Don't
Marty
fuck up my
learn-
flow, man.
Well, no,
You hear that damn song, Kendrick?
Marty learned all
Bitch, don't
this
kill my
over
vibe.
like 2 or 3 weeks? Because remember, he was
Yeah, pretty much.
in like,
Yeah, this is pretty much 2-3 weeks.
Man, that's pretty deep.
That's pretty
That's
deep.
heavy.
It's going back.
That's heavy.
That's heavy. Yeah, that's one.
That's heavy.
Yeah, you stupid. But in other words, Kendrick
heavy,
Lamar,
Doc.
bitch, don't kill my vibe. I was going, man. You just ruined it. You ruined my segue.
That's heavy.
But all right, so now we're going like you talk about we were talking about feelings and how it became. Now, don't rush forth with your feelings. Don't rely on your feelings per se. Take a step back and observe things and then make a decision. Well, this one now it goes into they play opposite in this sort of. Whereas McFly and Doc Brown, whereas he fell in love, and so his decisions were solely based on his love for Clara. He did not want to go back into the future. So that's love and logic. And whereas they had a scene with him and McFly where he's just like, dude, you're a scientist. And he went to tell Clara the truth, like, okay, I can't be with you because I'm basically an alien being from another time in space, So
I'm Darth Vader
You know,
from
and
the
then she
planet
freaks him.
Vulcan.
But yet, it's all about that love and logic thing. And if you guys watch, I'm just gonna reference it. I actually write it as a blog, but I'm just throw it out here because my thoughts were right there. I'm gonna explain it to you guys. Where you have Doc Brown conundrum, whereas he was in love with this lady and he loved that time frame, but yet basically it was the woman that he wanted to stay for. Love defeated logic in his what it did kind of but yet then he had that talk with McFly. McFly was like, no, we have to leave because he already changed time. She was supposed to die.
Yeah.
So, he had already altered the future, something that he did not want to do, but he didn't know that at first. He kind of thought that, okay, well, she was supposed to, like, they thought it was going to happen later, right? Yeah, because of what did they have? Something, I forgot what, but she's supposed to fall in a hole or something like that.
Yeah. Fall down a cliff. Wasn't
Yeah. So they save her. So they alter the future already. So for the good of, for the better. So now he does not want to go. He doesn't want to leave her because he's in love. And so that love defeated that logic of science, whereas it's not supposed to, because it's supposed to be a human emotion. It's not supposed to be a force. So now that's the Doc Brown conundrum. But now Brand conundrum is if you watch Interstellar, Anne Hathaway's character, right? They have this choice. If you don't know how to say, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but they have a choice between two planets. They have to go two planets that could serve as a home for humans. Okay, they're down to only two choices. They have to make one. It's either one or the other. And they have to make a choice because they don't have enough fuel to get back. And so she bases her decision. She's a scientist. She's a daughter of a scientist. The scientist who took them there. He's just a major scientist played by Kane, right?
I didn't see it, so
yeah, it's played by Michael Caine. But yet she's a scientist. That's basically what I'm saying. She's a scientist, but yet she has this scene where she starts explaining how love should be a force. Like that this love is a force. Like to make this decision, she had to come out because he was like, you know what, you have to come clean. What's his name? Character. McConaughey's character. So you have to come clean to us. And basically she had to reveal to the other shipmate. It
would be a shipmate.
Yeah, shipmate, that she based her decision on love for someone who could be there on these planets, waiting. Maybe not, maybe so. And that was basically her decision. She defeated all logic. The fact that the other one gave out better readings, she defeated that. She based her decision on love. He was doing the same thing as a scientist. And so they were like. They were both this idea as love as a force in the universe.
Jedis aren't allowed to fall in love.
Yeah, as love as a force in the universe doesn't control. It's like, I don't know. I just thought that was so damn deep.
Love can push mountains,
It can. So is it a force? And does it defeat the logic of science, though?
Taking it into movies,
aren't we all bio? We're bio beings. Basically.
Love will conquer all.
Love is a battlefield.
I'm being serious here and shit like that. This shit was deep to me.
It is deep. I think it's great.
Just the way Doc Brown even played it, he was just so conflicted. You could tell, and he wasn't that comical, that character anymore.
He wasn't this bizarre guy who's, he was Marty.
You saw him as like a real human being in this sense, where he was just like, I am human, and for all these years I relied on science. But then this one thing comes into my life, and it makes me question it, question science and question like why we all exist and and should we all exist alone, and does love, is it the force, to compel me to not go forth and to not want to go back into the future, where I actually belong. That's my time. That's where I'm supposed to be. So I don't know. I'll write something else on it because it got just real deep with that. But I just wanted to know.
That shit is deep. I like
any
that.
thoughts on that? I wish you guys saw the movie because you know where it plays. Whereas even with the character McConaughey, eventually it's love, basically. And I think that's what Nolan was going for. It wasn't just a story. So you got to strip down the plot line to its bare concept. And it was basically just love. Love is a force. Does it? Goodness, because he had to leave his family and stuff like that. He had to leave his. I said stuff like that again. See, that's my thing. He leaves his family to go out in space to search for another home, but yeah, he still loves them. But he loves space too. Oh my goodness, this is so damn deep. You guys on that? Did y'all even see that? Think about that, with the Doc Brown and his thing.
No, actually, I didn't. That's a really good thing to bring up. Actually,
yeah.
I thought it's pretty interesting to think about. Doc Brown has decided love over logic,
Yeah.
And Marty's now the one who's being the logical one.
Exactly. See how they both kind of.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he went back. I wouldn't say he regressed. I say he moved forward because before it was he loved Marty. That he loves Marty, he cared about Marty and stuff. But yet he kind of transcended more into a human being because he was able to focus his energies more on something else rather than just science and just this next thing. it was this next thing was this other person. He wanted to evolve into a different type of human being. Well, that was just me. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that out there. It's just something for people to think about. So if you listen to it, just think about it, and I'll try to write something else on and try to formulate my thoughts. But I just wanted to put it forth to the fellas over here. I know they didn't see the movie. I hope they do see it one day. But yeah, that movie really hit me. It was pretty darn deep, A lot of people are just like, oh, it's so long and it's so boring. But I just got to sit down, pay attention, and listen sometimes, listening while you watch.
Honestly, it was one of those ones I was wanting to wait to see on DVD.
Oh, yeah? Because you can take a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 3-hour movies, I prefer having a Blu-ray or DVD
Really?
one because I need that pause button.
Oh.
Oh,
No.
I
Yeah.
wanted
I can
to-
understand afterwards, but not.
Oh no.
I wanted to see it, but when it left the XD theater, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch it at home because I don't want to watch a movie like that with a bunch of other people and possibly hearing like.
I admit, there was some of that where I was just like, shut up, you. But I was just so into the movie that it kind of ignored it.
'Cause that'll break
Kind of like
my-
Birdman too. I was just like,
That breaks my attention. Although I can't really say much because if I were to watch a movie with Amy,
yeah, you can,
sometimes
yeah.
she'll be like, I don't know what's going on. What's going on?
What you need to do is just grab a Fidelio device, put it on the HI, and just put the headphones on.
Almost definitely. That's one of the best ways to watch movies with the descriptive audio.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. That'll
pretty
teach
damn
you how to
funny
write a
with it.
script real quick. That's like a bare bones way to teaching you how to write a script. Okay, so and then I got for number 3. This is a little fun one. Well, I wanted to. Another thing I started thinking about when I was watching Back to the Future is Back to the Future versus the tech, just the way they present the future, like Back to the Future and the Jetsons. So I guess we're going Back to the Future 2 and the Jetsons in the future tense of sorts. So I want to know, is there any I don't know, are we closer? Who are we closer to?
Neither.
We're
I don't think
closer.
so either. Yeah.
Oh,
Because
no,
the Jetsons never did have a time frame.
Yeah, they never had.
They
a
never
time frame
really
or
have a
anything.
time
Never-
frame.
Never anything to aim towards.
But let's think about it. It debuted 1962. Did you guys know that the movie was only had one season?
Yeah.
Only one damn season
really?
of the Jetsons. Yeah.
Oh, I thought
it
it
didn't
was
have
longer
more
than that.
seasons until 1985, 84ish when they started producing more. But for 20 something years, it was only just those 12 or so,
Yeah.
20 or so episodes that they had for the Jetsons.
Well, it was a season back then. I think it was a lot more because they used a lot of the,
Yeah.
the whole Flintstones technique of recycling.
Yes. They did do a lot of
saving
that.
a lot
but
of money.
Flintstones had a lot of shit. but then when they came back in 19 something, what did they do? They did a crossover episode with the Flintstones.
Yep.
Yeah, it was back in, what was it called? Shit, I can't remember. I'll look that up later. But
we know what you're talking about.
okay, so what do you think about about tech? So yeah, we're a little bit further along. I think we're way far off than the Jetsons. But it's just about the depiction of time in the future. As we live now in the future, you can't say when you're younger, you thought 2000 were gonna be filled with flying
Computers
cars
everywhere.
and shit, right? But see, I grew up in 80s, so therefore for me it's a little different than you guys. You guys had a little bit more technology than we had.
Yeah.
Back then, we had tape decks and shit still. You guys had CDs, I guess. Starting out, right?
I had Walkmans at first.
Oh, did you have
Yeah.
the Walkman?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
did.
and
too.
then
Yeah.
the actual CD player started coming out.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And then
so
trying to fit that in
you
your
know some of
pocket
that.
and being like, all right, I'm gonna walk around with this. And then it had the skip playback on there, so that way you could walk around and it wouldn't jog the CD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just suck.
Yeah.
You ever try to run with that damn thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
skip.
Then you pull out the CD and just scratched
Yeah.
all over.
Horrible technology. Oh, great at the time.
Yeah, it was fun.
But as far as tape was concerned, I would have tape was better. I
Tape
still
was better.
bought tape because it just played better than the Walkman.
Well, yeah, you could run with it. You could
yeah,
do
you
things.
could do more
could
things
fit it
with
in your
the tape.
pocket.
Yeah, you
better.
could fit it into your pocket. It usually had the AM/FM thing on there. like later on, it was awesome.
Yeah, they had EMF elbows. You can listen to their radio and shit.
Yep.
You couldn't do
players
that.
never did
yeah, you
that.
could never do that with the CD player.
No, you can never revert back when you get tired of the damn tape that you're listening to.
Yep.
Get a radio frequency going. But I don't know. As far as because like back in the day, it's like as a kid, you just thought the future would just be so. For some, I seriously thought we would have like flying cars and shit.
I think we all. Thought we would have flying cars.
And plus, it's in the aesthetic of it, though, the aesthetic of the houses and everything else. I thought would be a little bit better. I wouldn't say Jetsons, far out Jetsons, but even like the housing in Back to the Future 2 were kind of like simplistic. It was what was inside the house that made it futuristic.
Yeah,
you know,
we don't have glass walls.
Yeah,
exposing everything to the world.
And every once in a while, you would find a movie that would do that would implement those types of things. But what about like a Minority Report future or something like that, or that latest installment of what do you call it, Blade Runner, or even Blade Runner? They had some futuristic looking things in that movie. Even that being that was 1970s, 78. What was Blade Runner? 1980s,
80s.
right? Yeah,
that was after Star Wars because Harrison Ford was
yeah, he became something.
Yeah,
but I don't know. As far as we suck. I don't think. Are we ever gonna get there?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, do we need hovering cars? Do we need flying cars?
Yes, we do.
Why? Because
do we need flying cars?
I would say no, because one thing my wife says, like, goddamn well, like once the flying car comes out, you're gonna see like every little rapper, every little sports person, anybody with millions of plus dollars with a fucking flying car, and so like that would be totally ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, you have a point there. Like no one would be able to afford that.
And then they're gonna make like the stupidest looking Pimp My Ride versions.
Pimp My Ride version.
Well, the only reason why I think
Pimp My Floater
it would happen and it could become popular is that like mail servicing would probably become cheaper. Like you wouldn't really have to worry about like taking a flight anywhere because your car is gonna fly you.
Yeah,
you're not gonna have to.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
maybe the air industry is blocking us from getting this technology.
You don't have to have like UPS or like FedEx one night something over.
You can just take it to them yourself.
Yeah.
What if you don't want to see that person?
Well, I'm
you
sure
just drop it off. You just fly over. Just drop it, parachute. Come out your house.
You just drop it off and then you just keep flying. You're like, deuces.
What are you, fucking Santa Claus now? But yeah, so I think because if you think about Back to the Future and stuff, it gave you like the Jetsons, they gave you so many ideas about what the future could be like, and it's not actually living in the future now. It's kind of like, whoa, all right, kind of boring. Kind of looks the same. We got some cool gadgets though.
I was gonna say like
without doubt
the gadgets like advanced.
That's a baby's toy.
Yeah,
yeah. Everything like gadget wise advanced, but
is a baby's toy.
Like buildings and stuff. It's still the same.
Yeah, still pretty much the same. They're still building them using the same type of aesthetic of before.
Yeah.
There's no like what's his name?
Just skyscrapers.
Yeah, and like things flying around those skyscrapers and stuff. Yeah, we would never get there. I don't think we will.
So.
It would have to be like an alien society or something. Like if we went to another planet and they already had that shit.
Yeah,
I think that's the only way we can.
Or people just give up on like trying to preserve nature and we just start building everywhere.
Ugh, that'd be horrible.
Yeah,
because then that goes into like what was that one movie we were watching? Like Insurgent.
Yeah,
like Divergent and stuff like that, where everything became basically synthetic. You had synthetic foods and stuff like that instead of naturally produced food produced from natural means.
Soylent Green is people.
But yet, I think as far as the future as it grows, I think as we go back in the future, we revert more to the past. And I think even though we have the technology to make things look and maybe feel differently, we would still revert to the nostalgia of the past.
We are, because
I think mindfully we just that's how we
like
think.
How Chris
we don't want that shit.
Telling you about that Walkman that they're coming out with, but it's supposed to be like a Walkman.
Yeah,
you can listen to music. It's pretty much like an oversized iPod with a headphone jack that's supposed to give you like the best audio.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah,
they're literally pawning it off as a Walkman.
Yes.
Because they're using the name Walkman.
Yeah.
You know.
The Sony is.
Yeah.
I think it's clever
It's a clever,
marketing.
Yeah,
you know?
It is.
Because it's a
marketing.
brand, basically. Their Walkman
not
is
worth
the
the price.
Sony Walkman
Yeah.
is a brand.
Yeah.
So it's just like, why not?
It's
Let's
an
go
update
back.
to technology. It's an updated version of the past.
Yes.
They use tape players then.
And
They use MP4s now.
so I really don't think like that futuristic look of things will ever come into play. We might have like futuristic things that but yet items, but yet I don't think the whole world will become this whole utopia of technology. I would like them to maybe make like one city. That'd be pretty neat, where they just put like all this money into one cool ass city that just looks
Disneyland.
space age,
You have to pay to enter.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Fuck that, yeah.
It's called Tomorrowland.
Or
It's the Epcot Center.
yeah, that's true too. Disney. It's probably be run by fucking Disney.
Yeah.
Disney is gonna have its own
They're running
motherfucking-
everything.
They're gonna have its own state one day.
Oh, no, I was
it's
gonna
gonna be a fucking amusement ride city.
Disney's gonna buy out Hawaii, and they're gonna be like, y'all need to leave.
No, Hawaii be a little bit too testy because it's like they're right next to the water, hurricanes, typhoons.
I know.
You have
Haven't
the
you seen
risk of
Jurassic
too much
Park?
damage.
Haven't you seen Jurassic Park?
Yeah,
That's how they
Yeah.
go crazy.
yeah.
And Disney would be the one to do it.
Yeah. Go crazy.
No, they're smart. They know not to use islands.
Yeah, don't use an island because you're gonna get hit by a typhoon sometime. Because with the way the Earth is doing this thing.
They'll just buy out
epicenter.
like Idaho or something. One of those like really
Detroit.
bland-
No, just fucking.
Oh no, something that's really
It's just gonna
flat.
Just like
first,
a
it's
really-
gonna start with Detroit, and then it's gonna grow.
Like I was just thinking somewhere in the Midwest that no one cares about. That No one
Detroit.
lives.
It's gonna be somebody.
What, with
somewhere
farmland?
flat. Yeah, no.
No, you can't do it around the fucking tornado belt, though.
Yeah, that's true.
There's tornadoes every damn year.
They'll have an anti-tornado.
I want a
shield.
Twister theme park where everything is, where it just opens during tornado season. And again, 2K.
Oh.
2K Cafe. It's all based on catastrophe.
You need to drive a pickup and have Dorothy in your truck bed.
we have like a little Wizard of Oz.
It's like the little
themed-
kid land.
Oh yeah, a
kids.
little Wizard of Oz themed land with real tornadoes.
No, like Dorothy, like from Twister, when they had to like. shoot
Oh,
her
the
up into-
Dorothy. Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about Dorothy. Oh, okay.
They should still have a little kid area. For
I know, right?
So it's like you could be in the pickup and drive away and like relive that moment in Twister where they're trying to like shoot Dorothy into that Twister. And,
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
yeah.
I loved him in that movie.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I love him in everything. So and then I want to pose this question to everyone else: like, what would you rather have, jetpack or a hoverboard?
I would rather have the hoverboard only because if you think about the jetpack in actual sense, like logically.
Like the Jetson jetpack. I'm thinking.
Okay, then then I would rather, I would like that. I don't need like flames blowing off my legs or anything like that. So
You need power to
You
get.
need power. Yep.
yeah.
For the
So
hoverboard, though.
well, I mean, if you're not gonna burn off my legs with flames, then yeah, I'd rather have the jetpack.
Yeah, you got to think about the jetpack. It wasn't well depicted in the Jetsons, whereas that shit will burn your ass if you put it on, because it's gonna.
Think
oh
of the
my goodness.
Rocketeer.
Could you?
Look at
Yeah.
the Rocketeer.
Oh.
Like, how did
the
did he have
Rocketeer.
like flame retardant everything? Or
Yeah,
what?
you would. Yes, you would have to actually put on a suit to fucking use a jetpack. Because think about how hot that bitch would get. Just your phone alone, this little tiny device in your damn pocket, or if you
Yeah,
use it
it
too
heats
damn
up.
much,
Yeah.
that bitch will cook.
Yep.
It will cook your butt. So basically, jetpacks, no, cook your butt.
Frying your back.
Fry instead of frying your backside instead of flying. You frying your backside. Hoverboard though, I wouldn't take either. Fuck them both, because hoverboard would kill me. Because I've never been good at a
Yeah, I've
skateboard
never been good at
or balancing myself on anything. So I was like, I'm walking. How about those little motorized bikes that they got?
How about the hover scooter? You can have the hover scooter.
Ooh, there we
Remember
go.
that he just took off the stick part for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he ripped it off.
Okay, I can do that. We can balance myself a little bit, like an inline type thing. We can roll with that. Jet skates. Remember those? What movie was that on?
What movie wasn't that on?
I know. that was just stupid because your feet would just take you.
Yeah.
There was no way you have the upper body
There's no
shit
way
unless
you
you
would
have a
have that.
strong ass core
Yeah.
to keep yourself upright. Because you would go, your feet would just take you. You'll be leaning back like this.
Can't
Your
hear
head will hit the. Oh, sorry. Your head will hit the damn ground. You just be unconscious
No,
the
see,
entire time.
you just need to lean forward the entire time.
Oh. Or when you ski, when you jump off the thing.
Yeah.
it's
You
like-
do the ski.
Yeah, that's a skiing.
So you're just yeah.
We were in that moment where you were just up in the air, just soaring through the sky.
But
I don't know how I'm gonna
yeah.
get down, but I know it's gonna hurt.
That's you on jet skis.
Huh?
But that's you on jet skis. Just go.
Oh, Triple X.
Yeah,
Did he have jet skis or did Bond?
I think Bond did.
I
pretty
think
sure
Bond
Bond
had
did.
some jet skis, right?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to tech and Bond? They had some cool tech, but back in the day, they came up with some
There's
wild
two
shit.
things that the new James Bonds are missing: the tech and the awesome titles.
Yeah, that's true.
From Russia with Love, You Only Die Twice, stuff like that. I love
Skyfall. Okay.
It's no.
What's the new one?
The Spy Who Loves
Spectre.
Oh, they named it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's
Spectre.
Spectre.
Okay.
named it
Because,
a
yeah,
long
last
time
time I looked at it, it was still just 007.
They said Spectre a long time ago.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Oh,
What the hell? You supposed to
I
know
know.
everything on the web.
We
bro.
knew that before you.
Jeez.
man. I don't know. I saw the
High five,
cast.
Jerry. We're better.
I don't know.
No.
Well, the content, I don't know, not the content, but the gadgets in Bond, they're still there. They're just more realistic.
That's true. Yeah,
Who needs
I like,
realistic?
I like some of the far out shit.
Yeah,
Come on.
'cause-
Yeah.
Laser in my watch. Bzzz.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, they don't have that
That's pretty
anymore.
dope.
Now they're
Freaking-
just like,
That's
And with
imaginative.
poison darts.
Why does everything have to be all real and shit?
now they're like, oh, this pen contains C4, so you can use it to blow up
You
this
can-
door.
or your ass, because if you put it in your back pocket,
yeah.
something ain't right.
Someone pushed
Because
me.
like me, I put my pins in my pocket. That wouldn't be a good one for me.
See, that's why I put them in my breast pocket.
It'll blow your damn heart away, dude.
No, it'll be okay unless someone goes, oh, oh God.
You gotta get a toucher. A toucher, you guys. It's like the freaking pat everybody. All right, you guys. This has been Talking with
Burritos.
Yeah.
I am Jerry JJ Graham, and
I am Adam Adolf Snyder.
I am the Rupel.
all right, guys. That's a wrap, but not a burrito.
Ba, 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 ba.
Please don't sue us.